Conscious Diminishing. A cyberplace where your mind can run free, where broken pieces fit together.
Either you are with us, or you are with the terrorists.
Independent of the physical space we live in.
Hi folks, David from Conscious Diminishing. I've got a short upload here I'm going to be giving you a chance to listen to from BPEarthWatch. Here's the bottom line. CERN is fully active and creating some problems. Now, whether they're intentional or unintentional, I'm not going to go into here. But what I want you to do is to be aware that this upload that's going to be described by BPEarthWatch will enlighten you. Off the Atlantic coastline, and right down, I guess, at the belly of New York, apparently there's some changes in the water. There's some compression issues because apparently the magnetic field around the Earth collapsed for about 2 hours. So they got what they call a buoy alert. I guess there's a device in the water that measures what's going on with the water as far as, I don't know, some height differential. The bottom line is that I'm not a scientist and I'm not an expert in CERN. What I am is finding this information out and forwarding it over to you. So this entire upload is going to be about 10, 11 minutes long, I would guess. I'm going to shut up and put this thing on. I want you to hear what he has to say, and I'm only doing a clip, but I'm picking it up right before he gets into what occurred here in New York. Give this a listen and get your nose to the grindstone and try to keep your eye on what's going on, because this could be a catastrophic event. Let's see what happens and how you feel about it. You decide. But to me, this is already bad. You don't collapse the magnetic field around the Earth, not expect other events to occur. It just so happens it's in our backyard. So here you go, guys.
Again, CERN at light means luminosity. It's a measurement of the number of collisions in an experiment. The higher the luminosity, the greater number of collisions. So you're seeing the increase in collisions. It says the high luminosity LHC program aims to extend the discovery potential of CERN's flagship. In this particular article, they called it a terrifying event. It said Earth's magnetosphere collapsed in space today for 2 hours. Trouble ahead for all of us. Stunning and terrifying event has taken place in space surrounding our planet. For 2 hours a day, Earth's magnetosphere collapsed around the entire planet. The magnetosphere is what protects Earth from solar wind and some radiation. A lot of radiation. There's a lot of things that happen when that collapses, guys, and that's compression. When you compress the atmosphere, you put pressure on our Earth's earthquake fault zones, the tectonic plates. One of the things that has happened, National Buoy Center off the coast of New York, we've got a buoy generating wave heights of 180 feet. Guys, that's the only one doing it, but it is the outer warning system. This is where it drops off there near where it's the Hudson Canyon. You can see that, but there's Trenton, New York, Long Island just above that. Now, if we look at the information that's coming from there, we see no other buoys. But again, this one could have happened right at that seamount. This could have been a compression effect. There were also reports of a large shooting star over that area, fireball. But this could have been a compression zone event and pushing down in this particular area. Water column height, it happened so fast. Let's look at the heights on it from 2580 in meters to 2640 plus. You see that? That's over 60 meters. That's over 180 feet. That peak could have been very close to 200-foot wave height. Now, wave height differences. Now, what that's saying is a trough would go up 100 feet, come back down to normal, drop another 100 feet. If you're at the bottom of that trough, you're looking at a 200-foot wave. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, as it continues, This was just during that section. We saw 1, 2, 3 more peaks before it normalized back out. But this is the 15 seconds. Notice at the bottom of this chart, in 15 seconds, we had 3 peaks that went from trough to peak at close to 200 feet. Was it related to this atmospheric collapse because of the magnetosphere? Well, let's go back to this image for a second, 537 UT. Everything's inside the satellite band. Both of the burnout lines, you see the red and yellow lines that are normally kept outside of that, that one's in, and then one even closer to our planet. See the inner line there? That's dangerous. Now, this is what happened at 521. This was just a few minutes before this event. Notice the red and yellow lines, that solar wave of energy coming in is well outside of the magnetopause. It's inside the magnetopause there. It collapsed so far. And this year of light that started last year, this time of light dealing with luminosity, is going to end up being very dangerous because they're about to change what they're colliding in the LHC. Guys, this is a heads up. We'll keep updates and we'll watch for reports of this event, and we need to watch them for further events like this. They're getting ready to crank it back up now as we speak. Look at the time, 5:37 UT. That's going to be very close to just after midnight on the East Coast. So the other side of the Earth would have been more Earth-facing at that time. We've had no major quakes, a couple of 5s in the area, but we didn't have any solar energy coming in either. But what we need to do is pay attention to the magnetosphere. That link is on our website at BPEarthWatch.com. So is this magnetosphere link. So is the solar links, the satellite links, things like that would show us incoming. There was no incoming. This was a collapse from inside. What we did see was a jump in solar wind speed measured by the satellite from 400 to 600 kilometers per second. That is still going on, but that occurs when we have a geomagnetic sweep of what's called the heliosheath, and as it travels around the sun. But guys, we are at the point to where we've lost the big sunspot. It's went around the right edge of the sun. A couple smaller ones are starting to appear.
All right, folks, I'm going to end this here. I did want to give you this update. You can see that these people who do this for a living, they're very smart. They know what they're doing. They're concerned. I am too. That's what this is all about.